Now, some breaking news to bring you if you're a Eurovision fan. It's just been announced that Liverpool will be the host city for the Eurovision Song Contest in May next year.
This is Liverpool, a maritime city rich in cultural history, yet also battered by poverty. The city suffered massive economic decline in the 1980s, yet two significant events have provided turning points in the city's resurgence. In 2008, Liverpool was awarded the European Capital of Culture.
The capital of culture is here.
And in 2023 it was selected to host the prestigious European Song Contest.
Welcome to Liverpool.
Eurovision 2023!
Both events brought major investments whilst tourists flocked to the city, yet some say these events had little impact on the everyday people of Liverpool. In 2018, Dr. Beatrice Garcia of the University of Liverpool published a paper on the effects that Capital of Culture 2008 has on Liverpool. Here are some of those stats. Liverpool writer and historian Ken Pye backs up those claims and provides some insight into what the honour meant to Liverpool and its people.
Liverpool hadn't won much for decades before Capital of Culture, except football matches. But I remember I was at the Empire Theatre when the announcement was made with Mike Story and David Henshaw and other leading lights of the city, that we had won. Not just that we had won. And it was a lovely sunny day, and I had lots of meetings that day. And I'm driving around the city, and there was a physical, a tangible joy in the air. And people were shouting, "We've won! Yes, we've won! We're Capital of Culture, isn't that brilliant?" And it was. And everywhere I went, all the meetings started off with the conversation about Capital of Culture. What's it going to do? Are we going to get money? I mean, there was a great illusion that we'll suddenly get millions and millions of pounds thrown at us. We were ready for when it came. And we did it well. So well, in fact, that we still make money from countries and cities around the world now, because there are Capital of Culture competitions of various forms all around the world. There's an Asian one, an Australasian one, Central and South America one, a North America one, and more European ones, of course. They come to Liverpool and pay us fees to find out how you do it properly, because we did it properly.
However, some disagree and say that the investment has to go further. Speaking of both Eurovision and 2008, Liverpool writer John Maxwell insists that development has to go further.
I think it is possible to kind of harness that as a positive energy and go, right, we can do stuff. We're a city that can get things done. We're a city that can prosper. We can find a way out of things, and we can find a new prosperity for the city. But there's this obsession, absolute obsession with it being all about money. People think that's the bottom line, and it isn't just about money. It's about providing opportunities, cultural opportunities. We like a party in this city, and it's one of the reasons people are drawn to the place. And you've got big parties at Eurovision, which will appeal to people. They'll see that on the TV, and it's powerful. They'll think, great, Liverpool looks great, let's go there. On the bigger level, where the true investment is, and when the bigger decisions are made, and the real telephone numbers of money are controlled, then there needs to be more of an effect. There needs to be more investment in the people of the city.
But what do the people of Liverpool think?
Didn't think much of Eurovision, but never thought much of it. What did it do for us? Nothing for me. My area needs investments badly.
It was a lot busier. There was a lot of tourists and things coming in.
A lot of people from loads of different nations. Good chance to like explore cultures.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to benefit like the poorer areas. I mean, it was good for the city centre because it brought like more money in, but I don't see it like benefiting other areas.
Trickle out that way because they probably can visit them areas with there, so it probably just stays at the top.
Yeah, pretty central.
I'd say the tourists certainly built up, and these people who project ahead know full well that's why all the hotels, we've done so many hotels in Liverpool. I think for the average person it doesn't really affect those people. I'd say we should have more of bringing the tourists in, and some way they can show that it will benefit us. There's nothing really much changed except the infrastructure in the city, where all the money, they're all taking the money from the tourists when they come in, all the hotels. I think they could do with initial things to get the younger unemployed some work which is long term instead of like these small contracts. Hopefully things will change.
As a resident here, I'm pretty much contented with the area. Services are running good. The roads are alright. Every now and then there's people walking. Even as I'm talking, there's a couple of works going on down there. And a few times I've also seen people coming around to clean the ponds. Sometimes I like to come around and sit in the nature, and people here and there come around to clean the ponds. So I think, in my opinion, that's my opinion, the council is doing some work, you know what I mean? They are doing what they gotta do. I do not have any problems here. I never had any problems here. Well, some people say that there's a bit of gangs here and there, but I've personally not met any, you know what I mean? Which really means that I don't say that they're not there. They may be there, but probably the law enforcement, they are doing their work as well. So they're doing what they gotta do, and everything is intact. The nature is being taken care of as well. Me personally, as a person who likes to be out in nature, I really have the feeling that they are doing their part in taking care of the nature. You know what I mean? All the birds, the ponds, the forests are taken care of, trimmed on time, and all that stuff. So I would say that everything is really going okay. In Liverpool, that's my opinion. Any other person can have their own opinion, but that's really my humble opinion as regards Liverpool.
This is the house I grew up in, where my parents still live, and as you can see, it has little investment. In fact, it has hardly changed since my childhood. The area surrounding it has in fact changed for the worst. The fields and paths where I once played are now blocked off and litter filled. This demonstrates how some of us still live. To add to this, last year's ONS stats suggested that Liverpool's employment rate was down and unemployment rate was up. So has Liverpool really experienced a resurgence, or is there still much work to be done for it to really compete with the leading UK cities? Some are very positive.
Of course, our capital of culture lasted 10 years, 2007 right the way through to 2017. And we had a separate themed year for each year after 2008. Year of the sea, year of health, year of the environment, year of education. It was absolutely wonderful. To get Eurovision Song Contest, when we did, again, came at just the right time. We were doing okay, but we got COVID and we had the recession and a couple of recessions, and they did affect Liverpool quite badly. Although interestingly enough, our economy was growing faster than just about anybody else's in the city, but we were doing it from a baseline of almost zero by this time. And I think the internationalism of the Eurovision Song Contest meant a great deal to us because we've always been an international city. Liverpool is built and was built entirely on immigration. Everyone and their families who now live in Liverpool came from somewhere else. Go right back to your ancestral line, they came from somewhere else. And it gave us another chance to show the world with a vengeance what Liverpool is truly all about. People, community, music and culture and entertainment certainly, but this sense of being a city that looks out to the world. We always have done that.
While still, John Maxwell, who recently published his debut novel, Water Street, is still a little bit sceptical despite his love for Liverpool.
So in my view, for this regeneration to properly come about, you do need to kind of access those sectors of the community, those sectors that have the hard stories to tell. You know, you want to do away with poverty, you want to give people opportunity, you want to have the brains that create a really strong, vibrant economy, then you need to have these sort of backstops. You need to have access to education, you need to have access to health service, you need to have universal basic income. And this might seem like, how are we going to pay for that? That's the old bloody question. Well, it'll pay for itself. That for me is an investment. It's not dead money, it's an investment. You've got to start valuing people. Eurovision, capital culture, great, you know, in terms of it's a party, it brings attention to us, it'll draw tourism in. Great. And I suppose you could say it's a similar argument for having a royal family on one level, you know. I've got certain problems with Eurovision, mainly to do with the connection with certain countries. But anyway, it's not so much that I want to talk about. I think it needs to go deeper. I think that's the problem. It's all to do with press, sound bites. It's all to do with giving us a good image.
I guess time will only tell in these circumstances. However, it can't be argued that Liverpool is a fascinating, entertaining, cultural and musical city steeped in history and characters, no matter the economic climate.